joking when I say this, over 60 million likes on different accounts.
Yeah, of course.
I've never published it on my own account outside of retweeting Conan when I did that set. And it's like Russians are the scariest white people joke.
Yeah.
And then it's funny when people go, this is Dan Soder's joke. And 99% of the time, the account that posted it goes, I don't give a fuck.
They don't give a fuck
I'm
at
getting
all.
clicks.
Yeah.
Fuck him. This is the problem with AI. Number one is that it just goes and takes everything that's been put on the internet and steals from it. It's not original. It just takes stuff and does it.
You mean the worst type of comedian?
Exactly.
Is AI.
Exactly. It just, like whenever a comic, and we've both seen this, they'll do a joke and they'll get off stage and you'll go, hey, I just want to let you know, like so-and-so does that joke.
Yeah.
Like verbatim, and they go, okay. And then you just see them and they do a joke and you go, oh, man.
Yeah.
Now there's a part of me that I got to dislike you.
Yeah.
Because I know you're not. Anytime anyone's been like, oh, that's a similar bit.
It's a bummer. You go, fuck.
Yeah.
Like that's the response. And you go, all right. And you're like, it's like that. Fuck. Either I have to find a new angle or I just wasted 3 weeks on a joke.
I mean, I have a joke right now about my grandma dying, and Louis has a joke about his mom dying or his dad being in a nursing care thing. And someone was like, oh, Louis doing a really funny nursing care bit. And I was like, well, my grandma died, so I'm not changing the joke I have. You know, it's like I lived through that. I'm just going to talk about how I live. If there's some similarities, there's some similarities.
Yeah.
But every other time in my life when that's happened, I've just gone like, well, I'm not going to do that joke.
Yeah.
I've had a joke about wanting to make people pee. Like that's something I wish I could do is make people pee, like have to pee, because how uncomfortable it is when you have to pee.
Oh, it's like a punishment?
Yeah.
Like as a superpower
yes.
punishment. Like everybody else has lasers and you're just like, you really got to go and there's no bathroom.
Yeah.
And you don't know the code.
And then I never really got it to work, but or whatever. And then I saw
I can't imagine why.
No, it was working though. Fuck you. It was working. But then I saw Sean Patton do a brilliant bit about if he could, his superpower would be to control your poop. And then he like had a thing about the poop going in and out. And I was like, this is so much better that you're like, all right, well, it freed me from doing that.
Yeah, I'm done.
And that's what I mean. And AI just goes, well, then here's the piss video. Like it just gives you the thing that knows it's not original. It just sucks. And it sucks that I think they're doing that so we all become like,
But we were already there.
You think?
Yes, we were already there because of the nature of TikTok and Instagram influencers. Like there was this guy, you know, the trend where you would just kind of stand there and there would be like almost like a tweet above your head. It was like a video.
Yeah.
And there was this guy, and every single one was a banger. I was like, dude, this guy is so fucking funny. And usually I don't like this stuff, but I was like, follow. And then it took about a week. I feel almost embarrassed for me to realize he was just stealing them. He was just stealing tweets, putting it above his head. He has 500,000 followers, and it's like, yeah, man, I can recognize what's funny and take it. That's not, and you realize that's most of Instagram and that's most of TikTok is just these dudes seeing something that's funny or these girls seeing something that's funny and putting it out there so that when you put something out, they don't think it's yours. They don't think that you originally came up with it. So Adrian Appalucci, she's
great. Go watch Dark Queen on Netflix.
It's so good. She's brilliant. And she had a tweet. It's been going viral truly for 15 years in any kind of form. So whenever I see, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be you, it could be Vecchione, it could be Adrian. If I see someone else's bit and if they're not credited, I go, hey, this is an Adrian Appalucci bit.
Love that.
Please go find her on net. And I start doing credits, like almost like I'm a manager because it makes me, you could be a comic I don't like. I do not like that kind of stealing. Yeah. And it's even if you, the person, didn't know it because it's been replicated so many times, I'm going to give it to you. I'm going to go,
I already am thinking of 3 jokes I already know. Michael Che got one stolen by the fat Jewish. Someone else, I remember they just like took their jokes and you were like, yo, that's so-and-so's joke. And by the way, Che met him, the fat, what is it, the fat Jew?
Yeah.
It just sounds anti-Semitic.
Yeah, it does sound great.
But he saw him at the WWE and Che was like, fuck you, you stole my joke. And then he went out and tweeted like, whoa, Michael Che's about it. I kind of respect it. And you're like, fuck you. You're a fucking thief.
But even if it's just a girl.
I can name you a couple comics that do that. I have a policy with my fans. In person, I'll name names.
Yeah.
I'm going to pat you down for a wire. But in person, I'll name fucking names. And there are very, very successful comedians who steal tweets and do them as bits.
I hate that.
And they don't get and it's been brought up online before. And by the way, they're knowing that we fuck with.
No, but
FYI.
But there's no consequences, and it's also breaking autonomy. So this is what I was trying to say, is that I go, hey, this is Adrienne Appalucci's bit.
Sure.
She's been on Netflix, You should, one, give credit even if you didn't know, and you guys should check out her work. And then it becomes this huge thread of people both like liking it and being like, thank you. But then it's this girl, unrelated to this post, that's just like, well, how do you know? And I go, I was at her taping.
Yeah,
it was on Letterman.
Yeah.
And she goes, well, she's like, well, I heard of this bit 8 years ago. And I was like, she was on Letterman like 13 years ago. I was like, what are we doing here? I go, also, and then another girl goes, well, how, like something about creativity, and it doesn't come from anywhere. And I lost my mind.
Your eyes
Dan.
bleeding at the computer.
What do you mean it doesn't come? You think tweets are coming from the ether like Jesus dropped them down?
There's this thing where people sometimes it's just easier to doubt it. And then it is to, I mean, dude, that Russian bit I did on Conan has like, and I'm not joking when I say this, over 60 million likes on different accounts.
Yeah, of course.
I've never published it on my own account outside of retweeting Conan when I did that set. And it's like Russians are the scariest white people joke.
Yeah.
And then it's funny when people go, this is Dan Soder's joke, and 99% of the time, the account that posted it goes, I don't give a fuck.
You don't give a
I'm
fuck
getting clicks.
Yeah.
Fuck him. This is, in a weird way, they do
but
this
they can
thing.
Still get clicks.
All
they
do
is tag.
They say, fuck you. These are, because what in their heads, and Pimp's agreeing with me on this, they go, this is my 20 million likes. I took your thing. People are liking it because I put it up, and you go, I wrote the joke. I worked it in clubs.
I polished it.
I got it where it was. And there are people that just do not give a fuck. They will just take it and go, it's mine now. And by the way, there was one guy that Stars Under the Stars. These are all John Mulaney's jokes because John Mulaney was on the show much later in the show. And the guy goes, these are verbatim. John, it's the only time I've ever gone on a comment and signed in as myself and been like, hey, dickhead, I opened that show with this exact set. And then no apology, no acknowledgement.
No. People will literally throw your entire life and reputation under the bus.
Yeah.
And even when because most of the time women are awful and you should kill yourself, and it's like I'm not gonna respond.
Real
to
healthy
that.
stuff.
Yeah, so it's like I'm not gonna respond. But you get hit sometimes where they're just like, this is all stolen and you've never written a joke, and you're like, hey, you cannot like anything I've ever done. But I did write this shit.
Yeah.
This garbage you don't like, I worked really hard on it.
Katie has moments, this just happened, where she says something really funny and someone will go, Dan wrote that. And you're like, man, fuck you. And you know what? You know who that pisses off besides Katie is me, motherfuckers. Yeah. You don't think I'm married to her for a reason or engaged? Yeah. Sorry, we're not married yet. We're engaged. She's been calling ourselves engaged.
Yeah, it's too late. You're already married.
But you think I'm with her for what?
Because she has no timing or ability?
You think I sit down and I go, say this
at dinner.
Say this when it happens. There was a guy, this was the moment for me where I saw how unhinged people were online. Shout out to Opie and Anthony's subreddit. It was a huge toxic environment, but very entertaining for a long time, especially if you were a fan of the show. Yeah. It was very fun to go there and read. And honestly, the reason I named my tour the Golden Retriever of Comedy was because that's what they called me on that subreddit. Aww. There was a moment where they liked me, then they turned. They always turned. Then they fucking hated me. But I remember specifically what this was. It was Opie and Jim, right? And they brought in the Stengel brothers. Was that their name? They worked for Letterman, and Opie brought them in to help him with the show. And Pete Davidson was coming on a lot. He just got SNL, and he was coming on Opie a lot, Opie and Jim. And he got into it with him, and they didn't like each other or whatever. And then I did the show after they left. These guys were the brothers were supposed to work with them, and then they left the show. Yeah, and I guess it was because Pete was making fun of them. Okay, he's like 19. Yeah, he's a baby. And so I went on the show, and I was like, "Damn, you got bullied by a child." Like that was my joke. It was like, I don't know, you fucking when they were telling me Jim's telling me what's happening, and I'm going like, these guys got bullied by a kid and they quit. And he
can't drink.
Yeah, dude, what are you upset about? Just go. Fuck you, you're a kid. You probably still believe in Santa. The next day or the day after, this guy on Twitter was like, yo, you stole my riff. And I was like, what? And then I go to the Opie, Anthony subreddit. This dude, 10 toes down, was like, Soder was on this subreddit. He saw what I said, and then he took it on Opie and Jim and said it. And I go, number one, you know how good at timing you'd have to be to do that?
Yeah.
To steal a riff and then go like,
wait for
there
it.
it is. It's like parallel thinking, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's a
If
thing.
anything, you should be happy that you had the same thought and go,
Yeah.
oh, I thought the same thing. But you see how mentally unhinged, and then you just see the guy was like completely unhinged.
Yeah.
He's like, I know he comes on here and steals stuff. You're like, motherfucker, I already hate myself. I would
Yeah.
hate myself so much more if I was that person.
That I didn't create my own thoughts and my own bits.
That's
and
what
my
I'm
own
saying.
abilities.
I'll name names. Because when I see people steal stuff, I go, fuck you. Because we're all out here trying to write jokes.
And it's hard. It's hard. And
That's why most